Okay, hello everybody. I am just going to come live. Look, hey guys, have you got your freaking popcorn? Because if you guys thought that we had, a lot going on before, I'm just going to hang on. I'm just going to make sure I can hear your messages. Okay, if guys, grab your popcorn, because if you freaking thought that fear had hit its peak, and I live in Melbourne, you ain't seen anything yet. This is a video that I've really said I need to get out to you guys and get cracking, purely because, hey guys, really because you ain't seen nothing yet. We are about to hit what's called the 6 weeks of fear gates. It happens every year at exactly the same time, and this is really, really important to explain to you guys what kind of shit is about to hit the freaking fan and what do I do with what's going to happen. So, okay, firstly, for those of you that have ever studied astrology, which I know a lot of you are hearing about all that, or I Ching, every single year we move through what's called 64 gates, and I'll show you what it looks like. So as you can see here, we've got this, what's called the I Ching on the outside. It's like a wheel, and we progressively move through different kinds of energies and emotions every year. Same time, pretty much every year, we kick into what is called the fear gates. So this is what I'm saying. If you think shit hit the fan, yeah, nah, it's going to ramp up. Popcorn, and maybe you want to bring along some chocolate because the ride is about to get going. And interestingly enough, in Australia, we're going to have local elections, and in America, during this time, we are going to have the American elections. So this is going to kick off on the 27th of September. We are going to enter the first fear gate, and this is going to continue on till around the 6th of November. So for those of you that don't know what I do, my name is Melina McDonald. I'm a personality profiler. What I do is I show you your SWOT analysis, and we literally will, during this time frame, be also launching a really amazing business workshop that is called Reset, Revive, Thrive with my colleague Gavin, because 85% of businesses go under in 5 years, and we're going, do the same shit, get the same outcome. So what we're actually going to make sure that we're doing is we're literally going to make sure that we educate you guys on all of this stuff, so you have something that's a hell of a lot more holistic. This is really, really important. Business, you guys, if you've got a job, you're wondering, am I still going to have one? If you're wondering, am I going to have money to the end of the year? If I'm wondering, how do I deal with what I'm witnessing out there? Because you're witnessing, women and grannies being body slammed into the ground, what you're watching and the content and how you're feeling this within your body is going to really ramp the beep up. All right. So if any of you have watched me before, you're going to know I ain't going to freaking hold back. And let me tell you, I am not going to hold back tonight. So if you thought you had fear running through your veins before, the shit's about to get freaking real. Hi, Brent. Okay. So as I said, I'm going to show you, hang on, I had it here 2 seconds ago. All right, so if any of you have actually gone and downloaded your free ebook on human design, if you've heard of personality profiling, generally all of the personality profiles use your mind. Your mind doesn't give you no answers. Your mind is there to protect you at all costs. So it's called fight, flight, freeze. Okay, so it does not help you. And considering more than 95% of your thoughts actually aren't yours, what a waste of fucking time. Great, done all the personality profiles, done the DISC, done the Enneagram, done the 16 personalities. They're all fabulous. But the reality is it's not who you were born to be. So when I do your personality profile, you're going to have something that comes out like this, and they're going to be colored in. It might look like this one here, but of course you're going to get a sexy version. And this is a full-on, you have no idea what you're looking at, view of the entire thing. We use 5 different modalities, and I'm going to show you what is going to happen to you throughout the year and how you deal with things. So when we're looking at the fear gates, for those of you that have been smart enough to download your design and you're starting to understand how to live your life, your fear gates are actually over here. This is called your spleen. This is where you care and where you fear. Now, in addition to that, fear comes in 3 different areas. For starters, we're going to have your fear in your spleen, which is over here. We're going to have all your nerves are going to come from your solar plexus over here. So if you notice, this is like the chakra system, except for those of you that are actually educated, we are no longer 7-centered beings, we're 9-centered beings. So here we go, the head, the third eye, or the ajna, the throat. This here, the heart is divided into 2. This is your identity. Who am I? Where is my love? Where's it coming from? Over here is your heart, which is your willpower. We're down to the sacral. This is your battery pack. You know, then we've divided your solar plexus, which is your emotional center. This is where all your nerves come from, peoples. This is your spleen. This is where your fear comes from. And then we've got the root. Now, this bit up here, sorry, I'm looking at the camera here. The third eye is where your anxiety comes from. So anxiety comes from here. Your nerves come from here, and you know your fear comes from here. So today we're going to be looking at the spleen, which is over here, and this is what we call your fear gates. So guys, this is really, really important to understand what's going on. So the first lot of dates, what I want you to know is we are going to go into gate 18. So I've got a very rude looking chart over here that I've done. So gate 18 is the bottom one here. This one here I have, and it's activated. So there's a couple of things I want you to understand about what's going on. Number one, doesn't matter what your chart looks like, we're hitting the fear gates. It goes for 6 weeks. It's when shit hits the freaking fan. And you've got a few different ways to deal with it. You need to understand, you know, if this area here, okay, is colored in and you've got a couple of lines sticking out here, all right, if it's colored in, this means that this is what comes from the inside out. So this is, you feel the same way about your fear every single time. It's consistent. If it's white on your chart, it means that it's coming from the outside in. And let me freaking tell you, whether you like it or not, you're going to be feeling other people's shit, but you need to know when you're feeling other people's shit. If you want to get through the next 6 weeks of chaos starting from the 27th of September, this is some of the most vital information that I can give you to help you, so that way you don't go and add yourself to the suicide list or the suicide watch. Because for those of you that haven't realized, we've had over 3,000 suicides during lockdown this year in Australia. That's a lot. And a lot of it is because people aren't understanding that half the shit isn't theirs, or they don't know what to expect, or they don't know what's coming up. This is why I'm saying get the popcorn and the chocolate, because shit's about to get gnarly as fuck. So, all right. So let's start off with what these represent. So you're going to get a quick educational class. So either you're going to feel fear the same every single time. It's going to be consistent for you, or you are going to be, all right, yes, I'm being asked some questions here. Okay, so you're going to feel it the same, or it's going to feel different every time. Now, this is called human design. This is the tool that I use, okay? So as you can see here, and it's 5 different modalities that come together, okay? So this is what a full chart looks like, and every single person looks completely different, okay? But we're all going to experience part of the I Ching. We're all going to experience the same thing at the same time, but how we experience it is going to be different. This is why I have my slogan for my business, Sacred Potential, always has be yourself, everyone else is taken. So I want you to get to know who the hell you are. Okay, we want you to start working correctly. And this is about giving you the tools to understand what kind of shit fest we're about to get into and how you can really get through the 6 weeks of crap that we're about to have, okay? And this year it is actually going to ramp up, because if we're going to talk astrology, you know, there's a lot of planets that are lined up and in retrograde, and that just means it gets even more freaking gnarly. So call it woo-woo, call whatever you want, but I can tell you right now, this shit happens to every single one of us every freaking year, okay? So let's get going. All right, so we're going to start. I've broken it down. So as I showed you before, this is your chart. If you don't know your chart and you've never had it, the only things you need to know is what is your name at birth, where were you born, what's your birth date, and what time. The time, the more accurate you get, the more information you can learn about who the hell you freaking are. Not someone else, we're talking about you. So this is what you're going to get, is you're going to get your chart, and you're going to have different kinds like this one. You know, I've just, you know, this person, these are their activations, okay? So it might be coloured in, it might not be. So for those of you, we're going to start off on the 27th of September right through to the 3rd of October. We're going to hit the first gate. So I've now just made this one. All right, so this is what we're working on. And this is the side here. On the left-hand side is your spleen. This is how you care and fear. So gate number 18, right down the bottom here, okay? This is a collective gate. This one here is the fear of imperfection. This is a royal pain in the ass if this is a strong gates in your chart like mine. This is the one, these are the people, when this is fully activated, okay, this particular coloured in gate, you literally sit there and it's like, you see something and you go, oh, okay, you know, you always want it, you're trying to make it better, and you think you've got it right, and you go, yeah, let's do it this way, and then you walk away and your brain goes, you come back tomorrow to your team and you go, hey guys, I reckon we could do it this way, and then you walk away and you go, think of it like you're always fixing your cupboards or fixing something, and you always see a better way to do it, all right? So this is called gate 18 in your fear chart, is the fear of imperfection. It's also the fear that you're not perfect, okay? And depending on if it's coloured in, that's how you're going to feel. The same emotion that comes up is going to be the same. If it's open, okay, it's going to be inconsistent, okay? So when we do gate 18, which is down the very bottom of your chart, okay, we are constantly working out how we can improve things. But the reality is, what does perfect look like? Hello, peoples. What does it look like? So the ebook, Kimberly, you can download it if you go on to sacredpotential.com and you just literally fill in your information. You're going to get an email. That email is going to have 3 things. It's going to have a link to download your personal chart. Number 1, it's going to have a free ebook on human design so you can work out your type, which will be a generator, manifesting generator, manifester, reflector, or a projector. So you're going to learn how your energetics work, so you know how to live in the world. And the 3rd thing you're going to get is you're going to get a link to videos. So if you're a generator, you watch a generator video. If you're a projector, you watch a projector one. And all of that you can get on sacredpotential.com, so you can work out how to deal the next 6 weeks of shit. So here we go. So what does perfect look like, guys? In gate 18, from the 27th of September to the 3rd of October, you know, you're going to be fearing I'm not perfect. What I'm doing is not perfect. But the reality is we want to shift the energy of this, okay? Because, you know, like me, and I have that as a full channel, I actually can always see how to make things better. I also have a patterns gate, which means I see patterns. So again, I always see how I can make things better. But the reality is, what does perfect look like? Very good question. So here's what I want you guys to do. You know, this is about, you know, realizing that you don't, there's no such thing as perfection, number 1. So I go, if it's 70 to 80%, you know, okay, let it out to the world, okay? That's good enough. And that's something you have to teach yourself. But what you need to know is that, you know, you need to look at the flip side of this is about improving. So this is about noticing things when they're not working, okay? See what's not working and how you can improve it and change it. Understanding that the repetition of doing things can help you improve old ways. So this is when people will do things, screw it up, do things, screw it up, do things, screw it up, and understanding that that's okay. okay? Because in repetition is when you actually learn things. So that's the first gate that you guys are going to hit, which is gate number 18 on the fear chart. Okay, the next one we're going to hit is gate number 48, which is right up here. Again, it's a collective chart. This one is actually the gate where you fear being inadequate. I wonder how many people feel that way. All right, so this inadequacy is always going, I'm not good enough. I don't know enough. So for those of you that are trying to put yourself out there, right? So I have a client who's now trying to do, Facebook Lives. It's not comfortable for him. And there's people stop themselves from doing this because they fear they're going to say something and screw up and I'm not good enough. I don't have enough information. I don't know enough. How can I, tell people or teach people? I need to learn more. You fear you're not able to do certain things. I can't do this. I need more. I need to learn more. This is what commonly happens. Okay. Now, what you need to understand with this one, because again, we need to flip this energy. So through the dates of the 3rd of October through the 8th of October, inadequacy and feeling inadequate is going to come and bite your ass. This is how you are going to feel. And it's either going to be consistent or inconsistent. It's either going to be yours or it's going to be someone else's. Okay, so if that's not colored in and, if this isn't activating your chart, you're going to feel other people's inadequacies. Okay, you're just going to feel that energetically. So what I want you to do is I want you to understand that you have depth. Okay, depth is the positive. Remember, everything is a positive and a negative. So we're going to move this from the fear. So I'm feeling in the fear of imperfection, we can move it to learning how to improve things. With the fear of being inadequate, we can find the beauty that we actually have depth, that you've got so much depth and so much wisdom and so much knowledge and so much mastery, and you projectors are the worst at this, by the way, that, with this one, you've done something repetitively so many freaking times, you actually know what you're doing. You're not inadequate. So, most people, you're ahead of the game. Most people, they quit. So when you're feeling inadequate, you've got to think about it. I've done this quite a few times. Maybe I do know something. I've got more wisdom than other people on this particular topic. Okay, so the next gate we're going to move into is your fear gate. And this is fear of the future. Oh my God, seriously, guys. I see people, they're so scared of what's going to happen tomorrow. Right now, this year, during our whole, coronavirus, COVID stuff, people are shitting their freaking pants. They are sitting there and they are fearing what is going to happen tomorrow. Okay? Really, 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 really scared. And those of you that have this gate 57 on your chart in your fear and have this activated, as I said, if this is colored in, if this triangle is colored in brown, you are either going to feel that fear, that particular gate of fear of the future is going to feel the same every single time. If it's not colored in, it means it's going to feel different every single time. So we've got this fear of what the F and hell is our future going to look like, okay? Now, it's a very intuitive gate. So really, guys, what you need to know is you actually have the ability to see the future, but you don't trust what you're saying is the future. You feel like you're not prepared, but you're actually prepared. So what you're doing is you're being afraid of the unknown. Okay, and this is what's stopping you from leaping forward, because you don't know what's going to come. You got no written freaking guarantee. Okay, and that's where the fear comes in. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but the reality is this particular gate, on the flip side, is connected to intuition. Okay, so this is the thing. You're not trusting you. The fear of the future is you don't trust you. It's not, it's not that you don't trust what's really happening out there, even though that's what your stupid mind is telling you. It's that you're not trusting you. So intuition is what you need to start linking into. Okay, this is about understanding that you actually see the whole picture and you know what it might be coming. So why can't you prepare for it? So if you're being told things like, there might be a shortage in food, for example, okay, Well, okay, well, we've got no guarantee that's actually going to happen or not. So go to the freaking shops and get some extra food and make sure that you're prepared. We're not sure about climate change. Well, then prepare yourself for that. So you could start by, growing your own veggies, or making sure that the water that you're drinking, which I tell everybody, stop drinking water out of the bloody tap, because tapping into your intuition doesn't work when you're drinking fluoride, because fluoride actually affects this intuitive third eye connection that you will have. All right, so in the next gate we're going to go to, this is for the dates of the 14th to the 20th of October. I have to remember what month we're in. We are going to be kicking into gate number 32 right here. And 32 is the fear of failing. Guys, you can't tell me that what I want you guys to understand, okay, is that every single one of us is actually born with, these fear gates. Now, some of us have more activations than others, but what I want you to understand, okay, the value of fear is that it forces you to gain intelligence, and it strives you to be better equipped for the future. Every single one of us comes into the world with a fear gene. This is genetic. Human design is about genetics. You want to talk about, this is more than just planetary stuff. This is about DNA, RNAs, genetics. This is the works. Fear, or you can rename it to alertness to risk in life. That's what it is. It's alertness. This is about becoming alert to any risk. And this is how we develop our intelligence. And out of your design, there's 64 gates, and 20 of them are the fear gates. Okay. So as I said before, when we're looking at your chart, we've got your fear, your nerves, and your anxiety. So the third eye is anxiety. Bloody hell, sorry. Your third eye is anxiety. Your spleen is your fear, and your nerves come from your emotional center. Okay. So today I'm explaining to you that we are going to go through the fear gates, and the fear gates are about imperfection, life having no meaning, fear of failing others, fear of the past, fear of the future, being inadequate. That's what the fear gates are all about. Okay. And fear is a survival mechanism. This is how we actually survive. So the next gate that I said we're going into is gate number 32, which is fear of failing. So that's down here. So when we look at the fear of failing, it's the fear of what you put, of what if I put myself out there and I fail and I don't succeed? What a waste of bloody time. So what you've done is you've self-sabotaged yourself before you've even got out there, okay? And what happens is most people keep saying, I'm waiting for the right time. I'm waiting for the right time to do a live. I'm waiting for the right time to leave my job. I'm waiting for the right time to tell that person I like them. I'm waiting for the right time, to tell somebody, this job isn't for me. Oh, I'm waiting for the right time to sit there and, open my new business, to change careers, to change your life. And you keep saying that because you have a fear of failure. Okay. Now, the thing is, it's not uncommon for a lot of people that they act, because your design is experiential, you need to get out there and give it a couple of goes to get it right. So I want you to think of a famous inventor. All right. We've had amazing inventions like freaking light bulb. All right. Do you think that they got it right the first time? Or was it hundreds of times or thousands of times before these amazing inventions became a reality? We're on the internet right now. You think that someone just woke up one day and thought of it and that was it? Of course not. Okay. So if you're going to move, if you have the activation of the fear of failing, I want you to really move that energy from a low vibration into a high vibration, and think about the fact that you have freaking endurance, because every time you failed, You got right back up and you kept going. And not everybody has that. It's a gift. I want you to realize that these so-called fear gates have a gift in there, okay? I want you, see that, for you, there's no room for failure. You can keep going and going and going, and especially if you're a generator. So the fear gates, we're going to enter them from the 14th to the 20th of October. Next up, you are going to move into gate number 50. So this is this one here, okay? And this is the one of fearing that you're going to fail others, fearing that you're going to, fail your responsibilities. So right now, as a parent, for example, or a supervisor at a job or a job owner, when these dates kick in, the fear of failing others and the fear of failing your responsibilities is going to happen between the 20th and the 25th of October. Thank God it's only 5 days, is all I have to say. However, this is very tribal. So when we're talking about fearing, failing other people, this is your family, this is your friends, this is your colleagues. This is very, very tribal, okay? Because you feel you have to take care of them. You can't quit your job. So we just spoke about the fear of failing, right? And it comes up again, the fear of failing others, because you go, I can't quit my job, because if I do that, then I can't pay the bills and I can't look after my kids or whatever. Okay. So this stuff is really important. I want you guys to understand, if you thought that with what's happening out there and lockdowns and viruses and this and that and all the other things, if you thought that the shit hit the fucking fan, I'm going to tell you, you ain't seen nothing yet, because this energy is super duper duper strong, guys. And I want you to get prepared and know who you are. Know if this fear is yours or someone else's. Know if this is activated in your chart. So I really want you to go on to sacredpotential.com and get the email that's going to give you a link so you can download your own chart, so you can see who you are and what's activated in your body, so you can get prepared for the next 6 weeks of the shit fest that's about to freaking hit every single one of us on the planet. So the fear of failing others is all about responsibility. So I want you to change that negative energy and vibration and move it into the positive. What you need to do to really master this particular gate 50. So this is the one that's right here, is the fear of failing others, is understanding that understand that you need to know your values. I can tell you right now, when I sit with clients, most of them, they think they know what their values are, but they honestly really freaking don't. So, I want you to sit down, work out your values, and know how to prioritize those, because you need to prioritize your time with your values. Don't waste energy on things that don't hold a really high value to you. Stop wasting your bloody time on shit that actually doesn't matter, because this time is your energy. And the thing is, if you focus on spending your time and energy on those things with a high value, you're going to succeed. You're going to give it the big ass freaking birdie and go, I mastered it this year. How would that feel? I think that would be great. This would make you a much stronger and energetically aligned, because then you're spending your time and energy on your highest values, and that is what's really, really important. So that gate 50 shit fest of moving into the fear of your responsibility and failing others is going to be between the 20th and the 25th of October. All right, so the next gate that we're going to go into is a gnarly freaking gate, which is gate 28. Gate 28 is that life has no meaning. And it's a big fear for some of you. And you're going, and we've been talking, I mentioned earlier about, we've had 3,000 plus suicides already. There's a lot of stuff you guys aren't hearing out there of what's going on, because there's gag orders that are coming from, the medical profession, and they're not allowed to talk about what's going on. They're not allowed to talk about the fact that, 90% plus of ambulance call outs are actually for suicides or murder suicides. Did you know that? No. Okay, so this is why I'm doing this video today, because I want you guys to get this freaking right. I want you to win. I want you to win getting through the fear gates of this year that every single one of us is going to experience in different ways. So gate 28 is the fear that life has no meaning. This is the one that's the shit's going to hit the freaking fan. This is the one that some of you are going to fall into the dark, deep cave. And, you know, when I look at someone's chart, I'm not just looking at, you know, what makes them anxious and nervous and, you know, creates fear. You know, we've got all of our adrenals down here. So when I'm looking at someone's chart, you know, part of that is working out what's happening for you guys, okay? I feel very passionate about this because I want you guys to survive. This is about learning how to thrive. If you don't get this shit freaking right and get a handle on this, you know, good luck for 2021, guys, because the energies are going to be very intense this year and I want you to win. So gate 28 is also called the death gate. And the reason being is because we connected to that life has no meaning. Okay, it is what's called the gate of struggle. This is the why am I here? What am I doing? You know, the people that have this genuinely have, you know, some of them, if it's colored in, so if this is connected to, you know, the this fear that's colored in here, and then you've got this one here colored in, you know, for a lot of people, they are really shit scared of fucking dying. All right, and they're going, you know, what's the point of me being here? It's all for nothing. So with this one, it has a deep meaning because it's about you searching to understand things. Okay, this is a very, I'm getting emotional because this is a very, very powerful gate. It's very individual. You know, it's an energy that can make you quite stuck and hold you back from sharing your messages, no matter what they. I want you all to understand, every single one of you that is watching this is born with a purpose. You all have beautiful, special gifts. You just have no fucking idea what they are, to be completely honest with you. None. When I read a chart, every single one is different. And I get super excited because I'm like, oh my God, look at this beautiful creature. This human has come here to experience this. They've come here with these special gifts. And they're just generally doing the wrong job or with the wrong partner. They don't understand how they work. So this, you know, gate 28, which is going to happen between the 25th and the 31st of October. Okay, this is that life has no meaning. All right, this particular gate is about learning to be tenacious. You have tenacity. You will keep fighting and you fight and you get through the experience. You do this to create change and understand your living and purpose, guys. And yes, we all have a role in this time frame, but most of you got no freaking idea what it is. That's where I come in and I help you to show you your SWOT analysis and show you your freaking beauty. This is why we've got the last round coming through of our Reset, Revive, Thrive course for people that are either in business or their business is failing, or they're thinking, I've lost my job, what the hell am I going to do next? Or they've gone, I want to do something different, but I don't know what to do. We're not doing business courses like these other bullshit ones that are out there. They're not helping you. That's why 85% of them fail in under 5 years. We're going to combine you learning about you learning your SWOT analysis, you learn how your energy works, what kind of roles you should or shouldn't be doing. Are you someone who's supposed to initiate? Are you somebody that's supposed to be building things? Are you supposed to be guiding people? What's you? Every single one of us has come in with absolutely magnificent gifts, but most of you got no freaking idea what you're doing or what to do because we're not taught this at school, just like we weren't taught about money. Anyway, all right. So with this gate of fear, I want you to understand that you can keep fighting through this. You're tenacious. You get up, get whacked, get up, get whacked, get up. That's your freaking special gift. The last gate we're going to go through is gate number 44 right here, and it's fear of the past. So as I said, we've got fear of imperfection, fear life has no meaning, fear of failing others, fear of the past, fear of the future, and fear of being inadequate. That's a lot of bloody fears, all right? So this one, the fear of the past, is from the 31st of October through to the 6th of November. We are going to experience the fear of the past. And some of you that have actually got, this fully activated, you're living back there, mate. Did you live in the now? Or back there? Stop living back there. The thing is, you're scared. So here's the deal. Let's get straight to it. You fucked up. You did something, you fucked up. Fucked up my relationship. Do you want to know how many, when I've done, mentoring with relationships, and even with my friendships, how many people are single, and they're single because they had a relationship that they thought was the love of their life, this was supposed to be my soulmate, and it fucked up. And that's it. Done. I can't be hurt like that again. I can't have my heart broken again. What a fucking load of shit. Okay? What an absolute load of shit. Okay, it hurt. This is why you're having a human experience. We're here to have relationships. We are here to not be alone. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. So what happens is these people, they would fear that they're going to get in another relationship and they're going to get burnt again, or they're going to get hurt again, or they're going to get ripped off again by somebody, And so they basically fear what's happened in the past to the point where they don't even bother doing it again. Okay. So how do we move from that negative vibration to a positive vibration? So we've got the fear of the past. Done it, been there, done it, fucked it up, don't want to do it again. All right, so now I want you to move into understanding that this means that you have this innate alertness. You can tap into this alertness, which you see a pattern. You will see this pattern, and this pattern you can pick up on and you can go, play and rinse and repeat. Because this is what most of you do. You play, rinse, and repeat. I find it flabbergasting how many people do the same bloody thing expecting a different outcome. That's called insanity. I think Albert Einstein said that one. It's a form of insanity, guys. So we're scared that we're going to screw something up, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Could be business, could be work, could be anything. All right, so I'm not going to do it again. But what you can do is when you're going and entering into something, now you can pick yourself up, or you see the pattern that we're actually in the same path and the same road, and you can change that, okay? You can do something different. Stop playing, rinse and repeat. So for those of you that missed the very start, I was explaining that we've got, the fear gates are coming up. If any of you know anything about the I Ching, the I Ching is energetics that move. It's ancient. This shit is thousands of freaking years old. This isn't new stuff. It's just that when, you guys get your personality profiles done, you're using the mind. Nothing from any decision that you make from your mind is just wrong. Okay? It doesn't work that way. Your mind is there to protect you at all bloody costs. Fight, flight, freeze. Okay, so when we're looking at your personality chart, all you're doing is you're getting, what was I here to do when at the moment of your birth, you're coming in with a bunch of tools of who and what your journey is, and every single one of you came in with a special freaking purpose. At this time of year, which was starting from the 27th of September, we enter what's called the fear gates. This is what I've been discussing. I want you to all know you're all born with some sort of genes of fear, and we've got, your anxiety that comes from the third eye. We've got the solar plexus, which is the emotional system, which is, where your nerves come from, and we've got your spleen, which is where your fear comes from. So every single one of you has got something is going to be activated at this time. We want you to understand, is this your shit? Is this someone else's shit? Because if it is, return or sender. We want to move this from this low vibration fear. Right now, everybody is so riddled with fear. You need to start watching what you're taking in. And I'm getting really serious about this with a lot of people and with my clients. I'm like, you need to stop watching TV. I need you to stop sitting there and getting fed with the fear. Because to understand how the mind does actually work, we have got the conscious and the unconscious. We've got the left brain, we've got the right brain. We have an autopilot, which is the unconscious. So for you guys, you've had repetition. Repetition is where 95% of your brain works. So this repetition of stay home, stay safe, stay home, stay safe, stay home, stay safe. You know, repetition, if you do it 14 bloody times in a row, let me tell you, you've now got this in the bank, locked in. This is a locked in of what I need to do. Now, to get into the conscious side, the other side of your mind is 5%. And this is where the new shit comes in. So we want to empty some of this crap out right now, this repetition. We want to enter in some really good stuff into the 5% of the conscious. This is where your creativity is. And it ain't going to come from sitting there on Facebook watching nanas getting body slammed into the ground, okay? It's not going to freaking help you. To sit there and live in this fear of what's going to happen tomorrow because you got no freaking idea what's going on. Let me tell you guys, if you think that wearing your, mask is what this is all about and that this is all about a particular virus, mate, I can't help you because the reality is this is a distraction and there's much bigger shit going on in the background, way bigger than 95% of you even understand, probably more than that. So I want you, because we have been fed with fear for a solid 6 months, and those of you in Melbourne, it's so heightened that every time I go back into the city to go home, I feel dirty and I need a freaking shower because everyone is so fucking shit scared. So this is what I'm saying. Get the popcorn and the chocolate because the show is about to get freaking gnarly. So I want you guys to be able to get through this 6 weeks of fucking crap that's on top of the crap we've already got so you can succeed. I want to see you guys move into 2021 with a better vibration, a better attitude, and be successful and thrive. This is why we bring in so much of this stuff into our business courses, because we sit there and we understand that how you are energetically is going to affect your life. If you think that you can't have a successful business and a successful relationship at the same time, you're fucking crazy. You can have it all. Guys, you can have it all, but you need to watch what you're consuming. So I want you to start turning off the television. I want you to sit there and learn how to raise this vibration, and that's what this is about. I get sent, I'm not kidding you, I wake up to 40 plus freaking messages and videos and stuff, and occasionally I might watch one or two. Most of them, I just go, no, I'm not going to consume any more of this shit. I've been there, I've experienced some pretty full-on what could be trauma. Having my father be put in this situation, in these lockdowns, and me having to follow policy and procedures, which didn't happen, if any of you know me. And of course, having my father pass away a couple of months ago in the middle of this caca. Now, if I didn't understand, if I didn't know who I was, and I didn't know which one of my gates and my siblings' gates were getting activated and how they operated as, a full 9-centered being, I can tell you right now, I would have punched my siblings in the face a couple of fucking times because I knew when they were acting in this, like when they were getting triggered into certain things in their chart. This stuff changes everything. So I've had this trauma, but do I look like I've completely lost my mind? Hells no. Okay? I want you guys to thrive. So I will add in here, I'll put the dates where I'll put the web address that you can go in and download your chart. And I want you to learn what is your type. Am I a generator, manifesting generator, manifester, projector, reflector? I want you to download your chart. I want you then, once you've downloaded your chart, which won't look as scribbly as this, it'll look nice and sexy, I want you to have a look at these fear gates, and I'll put down in here what dates these are going to be activated. watch this video again, share it with people, because I can tell you right now, I want you to survive through this and thrive and come out the other end and go, because if you don't think you can do this, well, I can tell you right now, this is why I'm going to have the popcorn and watch the show. Do you have a choice? You either be the show or watch the shit show. And I am going to sit back and I'm going to watch the shit show. Now, I'm just going to quickly look through the messages here. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me. And yes, guys, raising your vibration is about doing things that, this is about love. Love raises your vibration. Choose fear or love. It's 2 degrees separation, but massive energetic shift. It brings you from a low vibration up to a high vibration. So I want you to start spending time. You have been given, I can't believe I need to say this lockdown, change your perception. This is a gift. The lockdown is a gift for you guys to invest time on you. When were you given this? And for some people, yes, okay, you've lost your businesses. I get that. Don't you worry. I know. I've been financially affected just like everybody else. But for some people, they're actually booming in this, okay? So you can go either into this energy or this energy. You can change, you can shift, but you are given an opportunity. If you are in a stage where you've lost your job or whatever, you have the time now to sit and stop getting distracted with fucking Netflix and shitty fucking bullshit news where Howie comes up with the blah, blah, blah that comes out of his mouth is beyond me for an hour at a time. You have the time to learn about you and to move this into a different energy. I'm telling you, get naked with your partner. I want you to touch skin. I want you to go out in the backyard or your balcony or whatever in your home, open the window, let the sun in, let the sun touch your skin, breathe fresh air with some chemtrails added to it, unfortunately. But this is what it's about. So let's see what Mark said. Fill your heart full of love, guys, and smile at others. Ask them about their favorite coffee. Open the dialogue. We need to lift up others during this horrendous time and share the love. Oh, double thumbs up. Love it. And guys, this is and as you get older, you do naturally connect into what your purpose and your higher purpose is. So in your 40s, you'll get closely connected to wanting and shifting into what is actually my purpose. You just leave all that other crap from the growing up years behind. And in your 50s, it's your spiritual purpose. So this is definitely this is definitely a good time to sit and get to learn who you actually are. And we do. Right now, we really do need to, Mendez, is to love and support Australians, and, Melburnians. You need to sit back, work on you and learn the art of receiving. Watch the rest of Australia be behind us. Watch the rest of Australia sit there and share their energy. They are sending us energy. They are watching what's happening and they are fighting for us. So sit back and receive. Receive it. Try receiving. It seems to be something that humans have a real freaking hard problem doing. All right, and what was this one here too? Hang on, someone just said something, so I'm gonna sign off in a minute. I created a photo book on mindfulness. You know what, Miriam? It's so funny because when I see your name, I keep thinking it's my mum because my mum's name is Marion Baker and yours is Miriam Blaker. How close is that? You created a photo book on mindfulness. I love it. That's such a good idea. Guys, you need to find things that bring you joy. And the thing is, we've forgotten how to go back to simple things. The way everybody's been behaving is it's like an episode of The Bachelor where the dates are huge and they're ridiculous and they're chopper flights and they're yacht, cruises and blah, 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 right? So whereas having a picnic is a simple way of sharing time with somebody. You'll connect better than you will in a frigging jobber. All right, been there, done that. So, you know, you need to look and simplify things in life, and you need to go internal right now, and you need to work on you. You need to work out, what do I value? How can I shift my energy and do things that bring me joy? So simple things, and how can it get better than this? Oh my God, Connie, I love you. That's very access consciousness. You know, this is what we always say. When something happens, no matter whether it's good, bad, or ugly, we sit there and we say to the universe, because this is how manifestation works for, you know, majority, 92% of us. It comes from the sacral, and it's asking the universe a question, and the question we ask is, how can it get any better than this? You see how that changes that vibration? Always, you know, you do that. And yes, you will create a life that has more ease and joy, right? So you've got to do the simple things. So for me, simple things. The sun, you know, I'd normally go outside, whip my top off, let the sun hit my skin. I go titty baking. And if I'm really, I can't do that while I'm at my mum's because she'll freak out, because I then go yoni baking. You want to wake up your yoni ladies, you go and put your legs up in the air and let the sun hit it. Hello, you will wake up. And this brings you joy. Touching somebody brings joy. It's connection. We are so disconnected because we've been told to stay apart. Apparently, it keeps us together. There is a massive psychology behind this. So I'm going to tell you, touch yourself. I want you to touch other people. I want you to get naked. I want you to let the sun hit you. I want you to ask someone else to touch you if you can do that. If you've got a partner, freaking go bonafide with them, you know. Guys, I want you to change and shift your energy to do things that bring you joy. Work out what are your true values. And whatever are your highest values, I want you to shift your energy to that and fuck the rest off, all right? If you've got people that are annoying you, I want you to write their name down on a piece of paper. You can write, bless their cotton socks, write their name down, fold it up and stick them in the bloody freezer. I do that with people, all right? This is all about connecting with self and connecting with others. If you want to get through the shit fest, you want to get through 2020 and go, man, motherfucker, I survived and I thrived. You need to shift your energy and raise your vibration and start doing things that bring you joy and spend less time on things that are freaking you the fuck out. All right? So, oh, and Cole. So Cole's a client of mine who just realized I'm sending his design. Cole has started, he's already stepped out of his comfort zone. So he's getting prepared for the fear gates because he started doing Facebook Lives, which I do teach people how to do, by the way. So, you know, this is really good that he's stepping out of that comfort zone. So when we hit the fear gates next, or the end of this week, I think it's Friday, you know, then he can literally, you know, it's not going to bother him as much. If you guys need something, just ask. All right. So I want you to thrive and succeed in this. Now, I'm just going to finish off right now and tell you guys on Thursday, for those of you that have got businesses, you have employees, or you're thinking of opening your own business, or you're an employer, we on the Reset, Revive, Thrive channel, so just type that in, we are going to be interviewing Kay from EmploySure. This stuff is freaking brilliant. This woman is a gun. We're going to be talking everything from fair work, contracts, JobKeeper, because a lot of you don't understand what you're freaking doing. And as she said, 60% of the clients come when shit hits the fan. So we don't want that. So we're going to be interviewing her on there. So that's this Thursday, 11 a.m. on the Reset, Revive, Thrive page. It is going to be a live interview, and we'll give you guys an opportunity to ask some questions. So, you know, definitely this is something that I get on. If you haven't got your human design chart, which looks like this, in fact, actually the sexy version looks like this, that you can get from sacredpotential.com. You can go on and you can fill in your information, links on most of the pages, and literally you can download, you'll get an email which will give you a free ebook so you can understand, a link to download your chart, and also a link to some videos, because I want you guys to start learning how to use your energy properly. So Miriam, who seems like, you know, a mother from another father. Miriam, yes, happy birthday, because you did say something about that. You're doing a book. I love it. Book on joy. Guys, go do something right now that brings you joy. Put some tunes on, get the music happening. I want you to do some dancing and do a jig. Ladies, you want to connect to your feminine energy, move these hips, whether that's dancing or whether that's doing a jiggity jig jig. This is what I want you to do tonight. So go and ground yourself. If you've had a shit day, shake it off, baby. All right? And I'm sending heaps of love to all of you. If you have any questions, pop them here under the comments, and I will come in and I will answer them as best as I possibly can for you. Make sure you grab your charts, guys. Trust me, this shit is going to change your life, and you can go kafacha to 2020 because you're going to master it, babies. And we're going to enter 2021 with a double thumbs up instead. Love to all of you. Yes. I'm sorry that you hate my swearing, but guess what? It's just part of who I am. I'll put the links on as soon as we finish, guys. Bye from me.